Have you ever wondered why some places suddenly appear on the world stage? People call them overnight success stories, but the truth is that there is no such thing as overnight success. Long before the headlines, long before billions of dollars in investment, long before international companies arrived, there were generations of ordinary people carrying extraordinary dreams. Today, I want to take you to one of those places, a place where history, resilience, natural wealth, and human determination came together to create one of the most important industrial regions in Southeast Asia. This is the remarkable story of Morowali. Located in Central Sulawesi, Indonesia, Morowali is far more than a district on a map. It covers approximately 5,472 square kilometers, with its administrative capital in Bungku Tengah. According to Indonesia's Ministry of Home Affairs, the population reached more than 170,000 people in mid-2022. By 2023, Statistics Indonesia recorded more than 176,000 residents, reflecting the district's rapid demographic growth as economic opportunities continue to expand. For many decades, Morowali remained relatively unknown outside Indonesia. It was a land blessed with mountains, forests, rivers, coastlines, and beneath its soil, one of the world's most valuable strategic resources, nickel. Today, nickel is one of the most sought-after minerals on Earth. It powers electric vehicle batteries. It supports renewable energy technologies. It has become an essential material in stainless steel production. As countries race toward cleaner energy and advanced manufacturing, the demand for nickel continues to rise dramatically, and Morowali sits at the center of this global transformation. But this story did not begin with factories. It began with a dream. The people of Morowali spent decades fighting for something many communities take for granted, the right to govern themselves. Originally, Morowali was part of Poso Regency in Central Sulawesi. The aspiration to establish Morowali as an independent regency had already emerged during the 1960s. Community leaders believed that local governance would allow the region to unlock its own potential and improve public services. One important milestone came in 1966 when the Regional People's Representative Council of Central Sulawesi issued Resolution Number 1 of 1966, urging the national government to create additional autonomous regions, including what was then known as Mori Bungku. The vision existed, but turning vision into reality would require patience that lasted for decades. Political change finally opened a new chapter. Indonesia entered the reform era during the late 1990s. The country embraced decentralization and regional autonomy, allowing local governments to play a much greater role in managing their own development. Communities across Morowali saw an opportunity. Once again, they united behind the dream that earlier generations had refused to abandon. After years of advocacy and determination, their efforts succeeded. The government of Indonesia officially established Morowali Regency through Law Number 51 of 1999. It was not merely an administrative change, it represented the realization of a dream carried by countless citizens who believed their region deserved the opportunity to shape its own future. Following its establishment, Morowali began building the institutions necessary for local governance. The first definitive regent was Andi Muhammad Abu Bakar. Serving alongside him was Datlin Tamalagi as the first definitive vice-regent, while Doctors H. Chairuddin Zen became the regency secretary. Together with the people of Morowali, they laid the institutional foundation for a new chapter in regional development. For several years, Morowali continued growing steadily. Agriculture, fisheries, forestry, and mining all contributed to the local economy. But few people could have predicted what would happen next. everything changed when the world began searching for more nickel. As electric vehicles, renewable energy systems, and modern manufacturing expanded globally, Indonesia's vast nickel reserves became increasingly important. Morowali found itself positioned at the heart of this historic shift. One of the defining milestones came with the establishment of the Indonesia Morowali Industrial Park, widely known as IMIP. Located in Bahodopi district, IMIP has grown into one of Indonesia's largest integrated nickel and stainless steel industrial complexes. The industrial park was developed through cooperation between Indonesia's Bintang Delapan Group and China's Tsingshan Steel Group. Unlike many industrial zones, IMIP was designed as a fully integrated ecosystem. It includes extensive industrial facilities, its own seaport, its own airport, supporting infrastructure, residential areas, utilities, logistics networks, and an industrial ecosystem capable of processing raw materials into higher value products. Instead of exporting only raw resources, Morowali increasingly became a place where value was created through downstream processing. This transformation reflected Indonesia's broader strategy to strengthen domestic industry, increase manufacturing capacity, and move further up the global supply chain. The impact reached far beyond economics. Industrial development attracted workers, engineers, technicians, entrepreneurs, researchers, educators, and investors from many parts of Indonesia and abroad. Communities expanded, new businesses emerged, infrastructure improved, opportunities multiplied. Yet, sustainable industrial growth requires more than machines. It requires skilled people. Recognizing this challenge, Indonesia's Ministry of Industry established the Morowali Metal Industry Polytechnic. Its mission is simple but powerful: prepare highly skilled Indonesian professionals for careers in the nickel and metal processing industries. This investment in education demonstrates an important lesson. Natural resources alone cannot create lasting prosperity. Human knowledge, technical expertise, innovation, and continuous learning determine whether a nation truly benefits from its resources. Morowali is becoming an example of how education and industrial development can grow together. Of course, every period of rapid industrialization also brings significant responsibilities. Economic growth must be balanced with environmental management. Infrastructure expansion must keep pace with population growth. Public services must evolve alongside industrial development. Communities must continue ensuring that progress improves quality of life for future generations. These challenges are not unique to Morowali. They are questions faced by every region experiencing rapid transformation. The future will belong not only to those who develop resources, it will belong to those who develop responsibly. That is why Morowali's story remains unfinished. Its next chapters will depend on decisions made today: how industries innovate, how governments plan, how communities participate, how education prepares future generations, and how sustainability becomes part of every step forward. When people hear the name Morowali today, they often think about nickel, factories, industrial parks, global investment. But those are only the latest pages in a much longer story. Behind every modern building stands decades of determination. Behind every industrial facility stand generations who believed their home deserved a brighter future. Behind every opportunity lies the courage of people who refuse to let their dreams disappear. That is what makes Morowali extraordinary. It reminds us that true transformation never begins with money. It begins with vision. It grows through perseverance. It survives through sacrifice. And eventually, it becomes impossible for the world to ignore. Perhaps the greatest lesson from Morowali is this: the places that change the future are often the places few people are watching today. Because history rarely announces itself while it is being written. It simply keeps moving forward, one determined community at a time. and Morowali continues writing one of Indonesia's most remarkable chapters. There is another side of Morowali that deserves just as much attention. Long before global industries arrived, long before international investors recognized its strategic importance, the people of Morowali had already built a culture shaped by resilience, cooperation, and a deep connection with nature. This is a region where mountains meet the sea. Dense tropical forests stretch across large parts of the landscape. Rivers flow from the highlands toward the coast, providing water, transportation, and livelihoods for surrounding communities. Its long coastline opens directly to the waters of Central Sulawesi, creating abundant marine resources that have supported generations of fishermen. For centuries, communities across Morowali relied on agriculture, fishing, and forest resources. Life was rarely easy. Distances between settlements were significant, infrastructure was limited, economic opportunities were often constrained by geography. Yet these challenges nurtured a culture of persistence. People learned to depend on one another. Families worked together. Villages solved problems together. Communities celebrated together. That spirit remains one of Morowali's greatest strengths today. Economic transformation may have changed skylines and industries, but the values that built these communities continue to shape daily life. Visitors who travel beyond the industrial zones quickly discover another face of Morowali: crystal clear coastal waters, small islands scattered across the sea, mangrove forests rich with biodiversity, untouched beaches where white sand meets turquoise water, coral reefs filled with colorful marine life. These natural landscapes remind us that Morowali's identity cannot be defined by mining alone. It is also defined by extraordinary ecological richness. Central Sulawesi itself is internationally recognized for its remarkable biodiversity. Many plant and animal species found across the island exist nowhere else on Earth. This makes environmental stewardship especially important as development continues. Protecting forests, rivers, coastal ecosystems, and marine habitats is not only about conservation, it is about preserving resources that future generations will depend upon. One of the most fascinating aspects of Morowali's transformation is the speed at which change has occurred. Within a relatively short period, areas that were once quiet rural communities have become part of an internationally connected industrial network. Roads have expanded, ports have become busier, air transportation has improved, digital connectivity continues to grow. Businesses serving workers and local communities have multiplied. Restaurants, hotels, housing developments, transportation services, educational institutions, health facilities, retail businesses. Each new investment creates another layer of economic activity. This is how modern economies grow, not through a single factory, but through thousands of interconnected opportunities. Every construction project creates demand for suppliers. Every supplier supports additional businesses. Every new worker becomes a customer. Every customer encourages entrepreneurs to build something new. That economic cycle has transformed Morowali into one of Indonesia's fastest growing regional economies. The district has also become a symbol of Indonesia's broader industrial ambitions. For many years, Indonesia exported large quantities of raw minerals. The value created through manufacturing often benefited industries located overseas. Today, national policy increasingly emphasizes downstream processing. The goal is clear: process natural resources domestically, create higher value products, develop advanced manufacturing, generate skilled employment, strengthen national competitiveness. Morowali has become one of the strongest examples of that strategy in action. Around the world, governments are paying closer attention to critical minerals. Nickel has become one of the essential resources supporting the global transition toward electric mobility and renewable energy. As demand for electric vehicles continues to increase, the importance of secure nickel supply chains grows alongside it. This places Morowali in a unique position within the global economy. What happens here increasingly influences industries thousands of kilometers away. The stainless steel produced from Indonesian nickel contributes to buildings, bridges, transportation systems, medical equipment, household products, and countless industrial applications. Nickel, processed in Indonesia, may eventually become part of electric vehicle batteries used across Europe, North America, Asia, and many other regions. Very few districts possess such direct connections to worldwide industrial transformation. Yet perhaps the most inspiring story is not about nickel itself, it is about people. Thousands of Indonesians have come to Morowali searching for opportunity. Some arrived with technical expertise, others arrived with little more than determination. Many left their hometowns hoping to build better lives for their families. Some became engineers, others became machine operators, some opened restaurants, others started transportation companies, retail stores, workshops, or service businesses. Economic growth is never only about statistics. It is about individuals who wake up every morning believing tomorrow can be better than today. Every successful region is ultimately built by ordinary people making extraordinary sacrifices. Parents working long hours, students pursuing technical education, entrepreneurs risking their savings, workers learning new skills, communities adapting to rapid change while preserving their identity. These are the people who quietly shape history. Their names may never appear in international headlines, but without them, no industrial revolution could ever succeed. Morowali demonstrates that development is not simply measured by buildings or investment figures. Its true measure is whether opportunity reaches families, whether education prepares young people for the future, whether innovation improves everyday life, whether prosperity becomes more widely shared across society. Those are the questions every developing region must continue asking, and those questions will shape Morowali's future for decades to come.
As the world moves deeper into the 21st century, competition between nations is no longer determined only by military strength or population size. It is increasingly shaped by technology, energy, innovation, critical minerals, and the ability to transform natural resources into products that power the modern world. This is exactly where Morowali enters the global conversation. The smartphones we carry every day, the electric vehicles that are reshaping transportation, the renewable energy systems designed to reduce carbon emissions, the stainless steel used in hospitals, airports, skyscrapers, and factories. All of these industries depend, directly or indirectly, on minerals like nickel. That means Morowali is connected to a story far larger than Indonesia itself. It is connected to one of the greatest technological transitions in human history. Few people realize how dramatically global demand for critical minerals has increased over the past decade. As countries invest billions of dollars into clean energy and electric mobility, competition for reliable supplies of nickel has intensified. Indonesia possesses some of the world's largest nickel reserves, and Morowali has become one of the country's most important processing centers. This transformation has attracted global attention. Business leaders, economists, engineers, researchers, investors, policymakers. They all recognize that what happens in Morowali could influence supply chains reaching across continents. But beneath those global headlines lies something much more meaningful. Every new opportunity creates hope for someone's future. A young graduate who once believed they had to leave Indonesia to find meaningful work may now discover world-class industrial careers closer to home. A local entrepreneur can build a business serving growing communities. Families can access expanding educational opportunities for their children. Communities can benefit from improved transportation, healthcare, and public infrastructure. This is what development looks like when opportunity begins to multiply. Of course, rapid growth also demands careful leadership. Infrastructure must continue expanding to support larger populations. Housing must keep pace with migration. Healthcare services must grow alongside new communities. Education must continuously prepare workers for industries that evolve every year. Environmental management must remain a priority so that economic progress does not come at the expense of future generations. These are complex challenges. There are no simple solutions, but history has shown that the strongest societies are those willing to improve continuously rather than believing they have already reached perfection. Morowali now stands at one of the most important crossroads in its history. Its success will not be measured only by how much nickel it processes. It will be measured by the quality of life experienced by its people. Will children receive better education? Will families enjoy greater prosperity? Will innovation continue creating higher value industries? Will economic growth remain sustainable for generations to come? These questions matter far more than production figures alone, because true progress is ultimately measured in human lives. There is another reason why Morowali deserves attention. It represents a broader transformation taking place across Indonesia. For decades, many regions rich in natural resources exported raw materials with limited domestic processing. Today, Indonesia is increasingly investing in downstream industries that create greater economic value within the country. Instead of simply digging resources from the ground, the goal is to manufacture, innovate, and compete in advanced global industries. Morowali has become one of the clearest examples of that national vision. Its industrial ecosystem demonstrates what becomes possible when natural resources are combined with infrastructure, education, investment, and long-term planning. That does not mean the journey is complete. In many ways, it has only just begun. The technologies driving today's industries will continue changing. Battery chemistry will evolve. Artificial intelligence will reshape manufacturing. Automation will increase productivity. Digital systems will transform logistics and industrial operations. Tomorrow's workforce will require even more advanced technical knowledge than today's. That is why institutions like the Morowali Metal Industry Polytechnic are so important. Factories can be built within a few years. Machines can be imported within months. But developing highly skilled people takes patience. It takes education. It takes experience. It takes continuous learning. Human talent remains the most valuable resource any nation can possess, and that may become Morowali's greatest strength in the decades ahead. When future historians look back at this period, they may not remember every investment announcement. They may not remember every production record. They may not remember every economic statistic, but they will remember that this was the moment when a once overlooked district became one of the symbols of Indonesia's industrial transformation. They will remember that a community with decades of determination chose not to remain defined by its past. Instead, it embraced change while carrying forward the resilience that had always defined its people. That is the deeper lesson of Morowali. Greatness is never created by resources alone. Many places possess extraordinary natural wealth, but only a few possess the vision to transform those resources into lasting opportunity. Only a few have communities willing to adapt, to learn, to innovate, and to keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain. Morowali is still writing its story. Every new factory, every graduating student, every entrepreneur, every family building a better future, every innovation, every responsible decision, every challenge overcome. Together, they become another sentence in a story that is far from finished. And perhaps, years from now, when the world looks back at the rise of Indonesia as one of the most important industrial nations of the 21st century, Morowali will not simply be remembered as a place rich in nickel. It will be remembered as a place where determination became progress, where vision became reality, and where an entire community proved that the future belongs to those who have the courage to build it before the rest of the world even realizes what is happening. And maybe that is the biggest misconception people have about places like Morowali. Many believe its story is only about mining, only about factories, only about exports, only about economic statistics. But if you strip away the machinery, the steel, and the industrial skyline, you will discover that the true engine behind Morowali has never been nickel. It has always been people. Resources can attract investment, capital can build factories, technology can improve productivity. But none of those things have value without people who are willing to learn, work, create, and dream. Every engineer operating complex industrial systems, every technician maintaining sophisticated equipment, every teacher preparing the next generation, every doctor caring for growing communities, every entrepreneur opening a small business, every fisherman who still sails before sunrise, every farmer who continues cultivating the land, every parent working tirelessly so their children can receive a better education. They are all part of Morowali's success story. Progress is never built by one industry alone. It is built by millions of individual decisions made every single day. A student deciding to stay in school, a worker choosing to improve their skills, a business owner hiring another employee, a family believing that tomorrow can be brighter than today. Those small decisions eventually shape the destiny of an entire region. That is how history is written, not in a single dramatic moment, but through thousands of quiet acts of determination repeated over many years. Morowali also reminds us of something the modern world often forgets. Development is not a destination. It is a continuous responsibility. Every new road must be maintained. Every school must continue improving. Every hospital must expand its capacity. Every industry must keep innovating. Every environmental challenge must be addressed with wisdom and accountability. The work is never truly finished. That is the price of progress, and it is also its greatest reward. The story of Morowali carries an important message for young Indonesians. Your hometown does not need to be famous today to become important tomorrow. Great places are not born overnight. They are built through decades of vision, patience, and relentless effort. There was a time when few people outside Central Sulawesi had heard the name Morowali. Today, global industries know exactly where it is. That transformation did not happen because of luck. It happened because opportunities met preparation, because leaders made decisions, because communities stayed resilient, because people believed that their region could become something greater than anyone imagined. That same possibility exists in countless other places across Indonesia. Every province, every regency, every city, every village. Each has its own untold story waiting to be written. Some possess extraordinary natural resources, others possess remarkable cultural heritage. Some have strategic geographic locations, others have young and talented populations ready to shape the future. The challenge is not discovering potential. The challenge is having the courage to develop it. Morowali proves that even regions once considered remote can become globally significant when vision is matched with action. It proves that geography does not determine destiny. Mindset does. Leadership does. Education does. Innovation does. And above all, people do. Perhaps decades from now, future generations will not only remember Morowali as one of Indonesia's leading nickel processing centres, they may remember it as the place that demonstrated how a nation rich in natural resources, could also become rich in knowledge, technology, and industrial capability. A place where local aspirations became national achievements. A place where Indonesia strengthened its position in an increasingly competitive global economy. Because the greatest wealth of any nation is never buried beneath its soil. It walks through its schools. It works inside its factories. It builds businesses. It conducts research. It teaches classrooms. It serves communities. It dreams of a better tomorrow. That wealth is its people. And as long as people continue believing in a future worth building, the story of Morowali will continue to inspire not only Indonesia, but anyone who believes that determination can transform even the most overlooked corner of the world into a place of global importance. So the next time you hear the name Morowali, do not think only about nickel. Think about perseverance. Think about vision. Think about generations who refused to give up on their dream. Think about a community that turned opportunity into reality. Because this is not simply the story of one regency in Central Sulawesi. It is the story of what becomes possible when courage, hard work, and hope refuse to surrender. And perhaps somewhere in the world today, another quiet place is beginning a journey just like Morowali's, almost invisible, almost forgotten, yet patiently building a future that one day the entire world will finally recognize.